In South Africa, a mining accident has left at least 8 dead and 1 missing. Rescuers are still searching for survivors at the Harmony Gold Mine, where an earthquake and fire trapped workers. Investigators are determining whether the ventilation system met safety standards. It's South Africa's deadliest mining accident since 2009. Over 7,000 delegates are in Cape Town for the final day of the 20th Annual African Mining Conference. It's one of the largest mining events in the world, and it brings together leaders from the governments and the private sector. Sumitra Nydoo was at the event.
The annual Mining Indaba has become a permanent feature on the event's calendar, bringing together governments, business, investors, and all other industry role players. Africa has again received keen interest from around the world.
For the first time, we have a full day dedicated to the AMV, the African Mining Vision Day. And we are discussing how to move from vision to action. And we are discussing how to do that in partnership with the private sector.
No surprise, as the continent is home to over 60 different metals and minerals. African leaders want to leverage this. The African Union recently launched the African Minerals Development Center to harness the continent's potential to create jobs and reduce poverty.
A new dawn for the continent. The continent has a credible framework. We are now going into very serious discussions about moving from vision to action. We are discussing partnerships with development partners beyond Africa.
But the continent still has a few challenges to overcome. Political and regulatory uncertainty remain the big hurdles.
But it is very hard to raise funding for projects in Africa. And I think there was a time a few years ago where they looked at all exploration projects, and almost every exploration project was being snapped up. Whereas now the guys are definitely more wary, and the banks are more wary to fund these.
The African Mining Vision aims to address these issues. African leaders say it's imperative that the people of this continent benefit from its resources.
We need to have a very good sense of where we are going, what we can extract from them. There are alternative investment destinations in the world, and we have to remain competitive. But that doesn't take away the need for us not to subordinate our own aspirations for development.
It's another full house at this year's Mining Indaba. However, the climate seems to have changed somewhat. Political upheavals and violence in some countries on the continent have left investors weary. Labor unrest and rising costs are concerns for those looking at South Africa. And more evidence that China's growth rate is slowing has made it difficult for investors. Analysts say the mining market will be tight this year. Sumitra, CCTV, Cape Town.